All right, welcome back. Episode 2. We've got outside zones, and I'm pretty excited about it. This is one of my favorite plays in football. I love the whole offense set up around the outside zone stretch plays. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Don't really care what they run. Maybe like maybe a nickel random play is fine. So what we want, of course, in the outside zone is we want to stress the defense, and you can really start to stress them sideline to sideline. So in real football is people actually fatigue, and they do a little bit in Madden. I don't know, how much the type of play you run matters, but in real football, you're talking about defensive linemen running sideline to sideline, play after play, and it can really start to get, fatiguing. So that's one thing you want to do. So you want to stress the defense laterally, okay? Now, in general, what we're going to try to do is we're just going to pick the side that makes most sense. So I've just been running plays to the right, but of course, I think here really we could all see that I'd rather run it to the left just from a simple numbers standpoint, okay? And then after that, what I'm going to do for an outside zone, okay, I'm reading my last guy on the line of scrimmage, so whoever that is. So yeah, we've got the wide receiver out there, but that's not really what I mean. What I mean is the last guy in the box that's either attached or detached that's going to essentially block the defender who's going to be either setting the edge, trying to play contain, whatever that is, which of course in this case is going to be that stand-up DN outside linebacker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read 81, okay? And depending on what he does, I'm basically going to read his tailbone. If his tailbone is pointed to the sideline, I'm going to go to the sideline. If his tailbone is pointed inside toward me, I'll probably cut up inside him. Okay. Oh, didn't mean to do that. That would be an interesting little pre-snap motion. I love Madden so much because the safeties react. It's so cool. But anyway, so let's read 81. Okay, boom, boom, and then that's where the hole was. Okay, that's where my read told me to go. Now, of course, you hear story. Oh. Forgot we were running to the right there. Got to remember to keep flipping. But here's stories. I think it was like Tony Dorsett or somebody that, in like the Cowboys back in the day. I don't remember who. It could have been Barry Sanders, Tony Dorsett, somebody. But they were trying to teach him, hey, you got to read, specifically I'm sure like the inside zone too. You got to read, gap to gap, A gap, whatever. You got to, do all these reads. You have specific rules you have on these zone plays. And they said that he was struggling, and then finally they were just like, hey man, listen, go just do whatever you see, and then he's just started doing all this crazy stuff. So sometimes, you don't want to restrict guys too much on this zone stuff because they can read and flows of entire defenses sometimes. But in general, you're going to start there. You're going to read 81. All right, that time, boom, he got a decent seal double team on the initial defender, worked up the second level. That guy was like literally Patrick Queen is backside backer, so just a good play. But even in that case, okay, if I was reading everything and that I see that backer flowing like that, then maybe that is a good time to cut back. That was just a zero. Again, I told you on the last video in power, typically we don't love outside zones into blitzes. But what happens is when you do have a blitz, like a zero blitz, if there's a little bit of clogging, if somebody doesn't fit exactly right, you have potential for big plays, just like you saw there. So let's read 81, boom, seals. I would have probably rather him go ahead and get that linebacker, but hey, 10 yards first down. And that's really as simple as an outside zone is. We'll run it out of a few different formations. Okay, boom, fine. Run one more here to see if maybe that end will hop outside. Yeah, there we go, perfect. Still, yep, boom. And that's so beautiful because that only happened, and I actually want to do a replay of that because that only happened because of me kind of following the rules there, okay? So here, boom, really I'm seeing that guy leverage, hold, try to set the edge, try to hold contain. So I'm thinking inside, and then, okay, you know what, that's fine. My guys come out, and then I see 22, kind of over pursue. But really what you see is, where is 81's tailbone? I'm still reading 81, okay? I've got, peripheral eyes on 70 and his guy, but where's 81's tailbone now with who he's blocking? point inside, so that's where I cut, and boom, and that was just, oh, so pretty. And you know, you got backs that are better suited for that one cut. You know, Arian Foster was an amazing back because he could read stuff really well. There's a good example. Read stuff really well, and then he would just patient, and then bam, he would stick his foot in the ground and get north and south. So let's look at it from a different formation. I'm not exactly sure. Let's go to concept so I can see exactly what formation. Single back tight, Y off. Let's try that one. That'll be fun. Oh, let's see, single back tight, Y off. That's kind of an interesting set. Well, that's pretty similar to what we just did. Let's see if I can find another one. What we're going to do too here in a second is we're going to look at the play actions off of it as well. So here we go. Single back tray will be fun. I'm just going back to the formation just because I want to see the play actions off of them as well. Let's go to single back tray. I do like having a tight end attached, like on inline tight end, online tight end. RPO stretch alert look is not really exactly what I'm thinking. PA boot kinda. Really, as long as you get, you know, you take advantage of people. Let's look at it. They're not gonna run 3-4. There we go, 3-5. That'll be fun. And y'all can run a random play. Of course, I get a blitz the first play. Thought about running it backside, probably should have. But anyway, so of course, again, here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read my tight end, 89, boom, read his tailbone. That's it. Pretty simple. And as long as you're, you know, as long as you're tackling, this is actually a good defense to run this against. Of course, all right, let's go ahead and do this. And what did I tell you on the last video? If you haven't watched my power video, breaking down the power run, just like we're doing here with outside zone, you run power into pressure, you run zone away. All right, so now Reynolds is going to have a tough block, but really what I want is my tackle to see if he can reach out there and help, kind of, sort of. That probably worked out better than still, you know, what would have happened on the other side. So I like this look, boom. Okay, now you saw that room I was trying to get to, and that's just a case of, look, I understand, you know, zone is really kind of about numbers. Saw where I don't see how he made that play. That was a great play by Matthew June on there. Okay, tight end. He told me to cut inside a few yards. And, you know, zone plays, especially outside zone, you're kind of just, you know, you're going to have these 3-yard gains, and you're just going to kind of keep hitting, get your play action bootlegs and stuff off of it. And then at some point, you're going to hit them, and you're going to hit a crease. And I mean, that's exactly what outside zone does. You just stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. See, really, I should have cut it outside by reading the last guy, but I saw, you know, that corner, whoever that was, that safety rolling down and playing contain. I'm going to flip this again, see if my tackle can get out there. It's good. Some terrible open field moves by me, but that was, you know, it's a great job at left tackle. All right, this is good. Okay, so you see, I mean, we can have a lot of success running outside zone. I would prefer to run outside zone out of shotgun, and to me, it just doesn't seem to get blocked as well. Now again, I haven't run it a ton in Madden 21, but just, you know, traditionally playing NCAA, playing Madden, I haven't really enjoyed it that much. So now, I mean, again, it's not super complicated. You can run outside zone out of a lot of different formations. I do like it out of like I formation. Sometimes, here, we'll go ahead and do this just for fun. Sometimes what I like to do is I like to go ahead and give him a little like head start here, just so I make sure, you know, I've got him going outside. That was just, you know, that was terrible by me on that part. But sometimes I like to do that just to give him, again, like a head start. See, he really helped out there on 44, just didn't get it done. Let's run it without, motion him out and see what happens. Still reading the tight end. The read told me to cut inside the tight end. You're either cutting inside or outside the tight end. I mean, essentially that's what you're doing. Run it one more time. Yeah, one more time. That was terrible. Let's see. Let's get a good one here. Tight end, boom, cut inside. That was a good tackle. I think that's Patrick Queen. So anyway, let's look at I form maybe a good one actually to look at some play actions. I know I found some stretch play action looking stuff out of that first single back set. So I know Ace Close will probably have some. Let's see what they got. PA cross is kind of, it's more like an inside zone fake. All right, let's see. So this is that, yeah, deuce close. All right, PA boot slide is, you know, pretty pretty much what you want there. So let's go ahead and run that. I was running it against, what was I running? I guess the 3-3-5 wide, sure. All right, so if you're playing, and this is where it really becomes better to play against humans, because if you're killing them and they know that you're running, again, it's a numbers game with zone, they know their nickel's to the right, okay, their strength is set to the left, the defense is left, my right. They know that I'll run outside zone. If that's like my primary run call away from their numbers side, they might do some things to try to cut off that you know, I mean, me putting all that pressure on their perimeter, they may do some things to cut off, you know, try to keep me from leveraging and beating them to the outside, essentially. So that's when, you know, again, playing against humans can really be a lot more fun, because at the end of the day, you know, the computer is not, you know, they're really not catching on to like what you're doing systematically. At this point, you know, with the play action bootleg, I've gotten man-to-man, man coverage both times there. Here's a little zone. And you're just, yeah, that was bad, but you're just looking at, of course, you know, at some point we'll get into pass breakdown, so really this is probably not the time to do this. But again, this is just kind of, if you were playing against humans particularly, this is what your counter essentially could be. Now, running counters, you know, off of outside zone, so having outside zone as your again, your zone approach to running, and then having the counter off of that as your man approach can be really effective, obviously, because you take advantage of that flow and then get them coming backside can be really nice. One part of that is, let's say I'm running a lot of outside zone. One thing a defense can do is get in like a wide alignment, kind of like this, or a wide non-alignment, whatever it is. And so then that can open up the defense, make them susceptible to those inside gap man schemes, whether it be power, but a lot of times counter, just to take advantage of that flow. So let's see if you can get that. That's pretty nice. So again, this is just to show you, you know, one counter to a successful outside zone approach is just that, you know, that bootleg, get them flowing one way, come back the other way. So a little fun there, but we'll get more into passing concepts and play actions and stuff later on later videos. But looks like Robert Woods is loving that crossing route. Let's see if I can just chunk one down. Is that Cooper? Yeah. Let's see if I'll just throw it up to him, see what happens. Nah, I can't do it. That's a bad throw. One more. Can't on a pick. But next, I'm not sure exactly what the next video is, but we might stick with some run plays. We may go ahead and dip into some passing concepts, some simple stuff. I'm going to break down defense as well. We're going to look at different coverages like quarters and cover 3 and stuff like that. Now, of course, we'll talk about different coverages when we talk about, obviously, you know, passing concepts and how to read safeties and all that kind of stuff. But that's pretty much it for today. Outside zone is simple, but it can be really effective when run correctly, when you know what to look for, and all that kind of stuff. So if you're using this for Madden, I hope it makes you better, and if you're using it just to learn football, hope you got something from it. But until next time, I'll see you later. Y'all have a good day.